I want to move on to the other. This was actually a pretty big week in terms of 2016. And one thing I want to get, we had the big announcements, Trump and Jeb Bush, but Bernie Sanders was in some case the story this week. Take a look at some scenes from Bernie Sanders this week.
Bernie Sanders, our future and our next president.
Next time we're going to have to break down the walls.
What an inspiration. I couldn't find one single thing I disagreed with.
I mean, I have to say, watching all these candidates and been on the, I don't think we've seen more enthusiasm for any candidate, Democrat or Republican, than we've seen for Bernie Sanders. So, Maria, what is going on if we have a situation? Hillary Clinton, supposed to be a coronation here. She now finds all the energy in the Democratic primary right now is with a 73-year-old self-described socialist from Vermont.
The media has thought this was going to be a coronation. The Clinton campaign has never thought this was going to be a coronation. And that's why she is fighting to earn every single vote. Look, Bernie is from a neighboring state. We shouldn't be surprised that there is so much enthusiasm for him. And in fact, we shouldn't be surprised if he does very well in New Hampshire or in Iowa, and perhaps even wins. I think this is good for the Democratic Party, Jonathan, especially because Democrats also did not want a coronation. Ultimately, as a Hillary supporter, I think she will be the nominee, but she will be that much better of a nominee and that much better of a general election candidate because of Bernie.
So the little discussed fact in politics today is that the Democratic base has moved much farther to the left than the Republican base has moved to the right. And that's a fact over the last 2 decades. He is saying what many Democratic activists want to hear, which is why his crowds are big, not only in New Hampshire, but also in Iowa and pretty much everywhere he goes. I think this is a real challenge for Mrs. Clinton. He's not going to be the nominee, but he is going to cause her an incredible headache and move her to the left and potentially make her unelectable in a general election.
A bit of history comes to mind. In 1992, Pat Buchanan challenged the first President Bush. Never got anywhere close to him, as I recall, in the primaries, but he was getting votes. And that's
New Hampshire got like 31% or something.
Exactly. So it's like, wow, he got a third of the vote. He was crushed in that primary, but nevertheless, it was seen as a sign of weakness for President Bush. And so the risk for Hillary Clinton is she is seen as weak.
But look, but let's also remember, no Democrat has broken 40% in Iowa unless you are from there or unless you are an incumbent or a VP. So again, I think expectations need to be tamped down here.
You're bringing down the expectations. We're almost out of time.